Concerning Santa Claus, he exists. The story of Santa Claus originated in the Black Forest of eastern Germany, as townspeople reported a monk from a local monastery visiting their homes in nearby villages at the same time of night and with a sweet tooth for cookies, yet the monk never physically left the monastery. This particular monk would assist people in times of need by leaving the monastery wall in a transpersonal state and would appear in multiple places at the same time, giving comfort to those in need with spiritual gifts. The contemporary story of Santa Claus comes from the work of this monk, who never left the monastery, appeared in townspeople's homes as reported to authorities on numerous occasions. Today's story of Santa Claus tries to make sense out of reports, which includes the means for his travel drawn by a team of swift-running flying reindeer in order to reach so many homes in one evening. Since none of the townsfolk reported any physical evidence, excluding some missing cookies and pastries or forced entry, the folklore consensus at the time determined that he must enter their homes by the rooftop. Perhaps he descended down the chimney to the family room that usually was the family hearth, used at times to dry wet stockings. According to constable records, none of the village people complained about his appearance. They only reported the mystical monk to confirm others' stories of good tidings and spiritual advice. Those that were not visited by the monk would leave out his favorites, cookies and pastries, to try to attract him to their homes, just as the Buddhists of Thailand do with their spirit guest houses extended high on poles. I know the story as one of 2 wounded American soldiers shot escaping a German execution squad, and by the grace of God made it to this monastery for medical attention. Sadly, my boyhood friend and comrade in arms received a fatal shot in the back, and I left him with tears as he lay face down in a pool of blood on the white-driven snow. I turned and ran for safety in the Black Forest thicket all through the moonlit night, until out of exhaustion and loss of blood I came upon the very monastery just described. 2 monks were sweeping the snow off the entrance, helped me inside, where I received medical attention for months. They gave me refuge, hidden from German soldiers, disguised as a fellow brother of the same monastic faith. The mysterious monk was also the abbot of the 4-story-high monastery, built in ancient times with large stones quarried from the nearby forest. He kept me busy with many tasks, such as sweeping, cleaning, and kitchen duty, but he would occasionally take me on one of his many twilight visits, showing me his work. A long time passed, and I seemed to be well healed and kept asking the abbot if I could leave to rejoin my battalion. He would never give me a direct answer, or divert it as if he did not hear me when I asked permission to leave. One day I demanded an answer. Why was I being held? All the monks that cared for me, including the abbot, who they called Simon, knew that I was killed trying to escape, and my body was still lying under the snow next to my boyhood friend and comrade in arms. When I realized that I was actually dead and they had misled me, I became angry, demanding why they did not tell me of my demise. The abbot's deep blue eyes peered deep into my own and said, "Who am I to pronounce another man dead? Do you not serve the people of the village with me on nightly visitation, and took to scrubbing greasy pots in the monastery kitchen till they shined anew? Is this the work of a dead man?" A few days later he led me to a tunnel in the basement of the ancient monastery, which I passed on to another life and time as a newly born child to a family in safe circumstances he had chosen personally, so that I could assist him when ready, actually at his beck and call. Even though he had carefully placed me in the right home with the best of parents, I was doomed from the start with several diseases and the attention of one of his adversaries, who did not want me to succeed for whatever mission I was sent. I still do not know. However, I still retain the memories of a time before I was born into this world and had no eyes to see. Concerning Santa Claus, just because he does not leave presents at your house does not mean they are not left at mine. Could be the case of being naughty and not nice. Gregory Odell, San Antonio, Texas, USA, November 27, 1957.